So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I found a product on TikTok and made 2 viral videos for it that generated 3 million views in total and ultimately made me $1.8 million in the month of January of this year. I'm going to show you exactly how I created the video, and it's using a template, basically a framework that can be applied to literally any product that you are selling. Currently, there is no other platform other than TikTok that will allow you to generate this kind of revenue off of just one TikTok video. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to refresh the page so that you can see that my data is legit. And just pay attention to the conversion rate also. I didn't just go viral for this video, but I also was very highly converting. 5% of the people who visited my store out of 700,000 bought my product. That's a high conversion rate. It's actually the top industry standard of e-commerce products on Shopify. So this is my product. It's a red light therapy mask. It's designed to prevent you from aging. It's marketed towards women. This product had already gone viral on TikTok, but it didn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter is because I knew that I could dominate the competition with my style of content. And that is hyper dopamine content. If you don't know what hyper dopamine content is, I'm going to show you a few examples. You probably have seen this sort of content on TikTok, but most people haven't understood it yet because it's such a new strategy of advertising. But the hope is that by the end of this video, you're going to know everything about hyper dopamine content, and your next video will be a hyper dopamine video. So let me just first show you the clips that I've gathered. This is my hook. This is my hyper dopamine hook over here. I'm just going to play for you. No! So it's basically a girl with the aging filter on saying no. It's meant to be very visually captivating and also auditorily captivating. This is an explanation clip. These don't have to be super hyper dopamine. They just have to show off the product. So for these clips, it's just simple UGC, user generated content clip, where it's just her putting it on, taking it off. Best way I can really explain what hyperdopamine content is to show you who the kings of hyperdopamine content are. And this is Hi Smile. You may have seen this brand on TikTok before. They're a teeth whitening toothpaste brand, and they are the most profitable brand on TikTok. They literally made $1 billion in revenue last year. That's $100 million in revenue every single month. That's 100 times what I was able to do. So when I looked at their content, I just thought to myself, if I can get 1% of their viewership, then I would have made $1 million month in revenue. And for those of you who are beginners, you can think of it like this. If you want to generate $100,000 in revenue, you literally just have to do 0.1% of what they were able to do. It's definitely possible. So let's just look at the sort of content they're creating. I'm going to scroll down to this video right here. Pay attention to the first 1 to 3 seconds.
If you have yellow teeth, what's this?
First, I'll wipe the yellow stained teeth dry.
So already you can see that it's just super visually alluring, and the hook is almost a little bit strange. It's very visually dominant, and it immediately captures what the problem that is going to be solved is. Let's just look at another example so that you can see it. 4.5 million views here.
It's rare to see yellow teeth that's untreated.
So notice the sounds on top of the visuals. The glove getting stretched onto the hand, there's a sound to it that's very dopamine-y. That's why we call it hyperdopamine content. And immediately the first snapshot is a guy's teeth with this black background. It's strange. The most common adjective I can use to describe hyperdopamine content is it's very strange and weird, but it works. Let's take a look at this one, 1.2 million views. You see that? That was 3 seconds. That's the hook. It's a hyperdopamine hook. Notice how fast the movement is. It's almost like a video game. And if you follow this sort of content style, you can apply it to literally anything you are selling. This is the playbook of TikTok content creation, organic, and advertising. And before we move on, pay attention to this. This is going to be relevant towards the middle of this video. Look at how often they recreate the same hook. They use a hyperdopamine hook multiple times, and that's what I also do as well. So now let's jump over to CapCut and create a hyperdopamine video for this product right here. So now that we have these clips, this is the most important part. I'm going to introduce you to how I structure my videos using the sales framework. The sales framework is how I literally sell anything I've ever sold on TikTok. It is how you structure a video to make sure that not only you go viral, but you actually sell throughout the video. You persuade people to buy. Problem, hook, solution, authority, explanation, product. This is how you structure a TikTok video. Problem hook is where you identify the problem in the video, the problem that your product is solving immediately within the hook. Again, this is going to be a hyper dopamine hook, but it's still going to identify the problem. So let's take a look at this content right here and look for the problem in the hook.
If you have yellow teeth, what?
That's 3 seconds. That's the hook. That's problem hook. So he identified the problem that's going to be solved. You have yellow teeth, and it was embedded within the hook. Next, it's going to be solution authority. So what is the solution to having yellow teeth? Well, it's the concept behind their product. They're a teeth whitening toothpaste company, and they're about to introduce the solution, but using authority to back it up. This is very important.
I just do.
That is authority. That is showing that the solution works.
Oh my God.
The reason this formulation works.
Now it's explanation product. So he's about to explain how the solution works for the problem using their product. That's very important. You're explaining it using your product so that when people are persuaded to believe that this is a solution, they're associating it with your product. Let's play it.
This is simply due to color theory. As purple cancels out yellow, similar to purple shampoo. But what you don't know...
Explanation. Now they're going to the call to action. They explain how it works very visually, in a very visually alluring manner using their product. And now that you're convinced that this is a solution, they can do a call to action. Now let's look at another video. This is literally repeated in all of my videos, all of High Smiles videos, in every successful brand on TikTok that actually knows how to advertise. So this clip got 15.9 million views. The problem hook.
First, I'll wipe the yellow stained teeth dry.
Yellow stained teeth problem hook. Very visually alluring.
Let's apply a sensitivity-free, clinically proven whitening method. The V34 serum's whitening results stem from the color
Solution authority. Now the explanation.
correction technology. Let me explain. The color purple is
Literally says, let me explain. This is the framework that I'm explaining.
opposite to yellow on the color wheel. Hence, the V34 teeth users.
So then he demonstrates the explanation using his product in a very visually alluring manner. Okay, so now let's follow the sales framework and create our version of a hyper dopamine video using the clips that we have. So the first clip I'm going to use is the girl going no, where she's going to say, no, no. That's going to be that immediate hook. Okay, now I'm going to record my voice using Audacity, and I'm going to say, apparently the aging filter is based upon real science. So that's identifying the problem hook. Apparently the aging filter is based upon real science is triggering girls into thinking that they're gonna age, they're gonna look like that old ass girl. So it encompasses the problem of aging. So now I just Googled aging filter real science. I'd heard a TikTok that was saying that the aging filter is based upon real science, so I knew there would be some article about it. I'm gonna take a snapshot of this using my phone so it's in the proper format and then put it into the video. So now we have this. No! Apparently the aging filter is based upon real science. And now the solution is going to be red light therapy. But you know what's also based upon real science? Red light therapy. Now we need some authority to back up our claim. And what I've done is I just searched up red light therapy studies, PubMed, to just find a bunch of these studies that I could snippet and put snapshots into my video. I'll show you what I'm about to do. So this is how I use those studies. But you know what's also based upon real science? Basically just putting it all over the screen very quickly. People will assume that this stuff is legit. And now when I say red light therapy, I want a video on red light therapy, but I also want to double down on the authority. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a celebrity using red light therapy. So I found this video of Kim Kardashian using red light therapy. The girls, they loved Kim K, so I'm going to use that in the video. And now it looks like this. Now that I've introduced the problem and the solution with authority, I'm going to do the explanation. The problem is it's incredibly expensive, but it doesn't have to be. By using a mask, you're able to absorb every photon of the light at its maximum potential, and therefore can get the same effect without having to spend thousands of dollars. So here is where you now put in your explanation clips. This is the product being demonstrated, and the more visually alluring it is, the better. In the same Kim Kardashian clip, there was someone criticizing how expensive it was, and they used a very nice graphic that I'm going to copy in my video. Problem is, it's incredibly expensive, but it doesn't have to be, because by using a mask, you are absorbing. Now I put in that clip, and I've also gotten a Google search result that explains what I'm saying. I wish I could have found a more visually alluring way to explain this, but I just couldn't find one. And in hindsight, it was good enough. Now it's time for the call to action. And before I do a call to action, I'm actually going to circle back to the Kim Kardashian video and trigger the audience a little bit more. Don't let celebrities gatekeep anti-aging. If you'd like to buy the mask shown in our video, click our profile. So then I said, don't let celebrities gatekeep anti-aging. I used a clip I found from a YouTube video of that rich, weird looking guy who does anti-aging stuff. And then I reused the Kim Kardashian clip.
Bed in my office.
Can't really see it because CapCut's being weird, but she basically said, and a red light bed in my office. And then I go back to one of the clips where she just shows the product. Now that we're done with the video, we have to add some captions. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to text, auto captions, and click create. So now that the captions are added, we're going to have to make some edits to them, because this is too small. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the caption. We're going to increase the font size so that it's at a nice size. I think like that is good. Since our text is going to turn white, we don't want it to be white, so we're going to turn it into yellow. Now if we go over here, this is too hard to read because there's just too much going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the text and then enter where we want the line to cut off. Apparently the aging filter, so that's where I'm going to cut it off. Click enter. As you can see, now it says apparently the aging filter, but I still don't like how big it is. It shouldn't be on 2 lines, the captions. So I'm going to increase it a bit, and make sure that when you're increasing the text or anything on a TikTok video, you keep in mind that there's about this much where it's going to get cut off when you're actually uploading the TikTok. So put everything in range of around where my mouse is. It shouldn't go towards the complete edge. Apparently the age. So this is good. But here, this is too much. So I'm going to go back to the captions and click enter here. So it's based upon real science. That's better. And I'm just going to make these changes to the entire captions. Now, once you're done with that, we're going to click export to 1080p. Make sure video exporting is selected and export audio is selected, and click export. Apparently, the aging filter is based upon real science. But you know what's also based upon real science? Red light therapy. The problem is, it's incredibly expensive, but it doesn't have to be. Because by using a mask, you are absorbing every single photon of the light at its maximum potential, and therefore can get the same effect without having to spend thousands of dollars. Don't let celebrities gatekeep anti-aging.
And a red light bed in my office.
If you want to use the mask shown in the video, click our profile. So as you may have realized, I've already posted these videos as I showed you my Shopify analytics. These were videos I created months and months ago. One got 1.4 million views, and another variation I created got 1.8 million views. Now, if you remember during the early parts of the video, I mentioned that with HiSmile, reuses their hyper dopamine clips many times. And this is the reason why I was able to go viral twice. With their videos, they literally just change what the text says on the video, but they still keep the same hook. And this is the second video that went viral. I didn't use the no hook. I just used a different type of hook that I can show you right now. Apparently, the aging filter is based upon real science. But you know what's also based upon real science? Red light therapy. And this was just by moving around the clips a little bit. I think this is very important, so let me quickly jump onto my whiteboard and explain my variation strategy. So this is the mistake that most people make when they're creating TikTok videos. They create a video that consists of a hook, an explanation, and then a call to action. So this is a TikTok video, call to action. They post this video and let's say it gets 30,000 views. It gets 30,000 views and they think to themselves, well, I wish it went viral, but unfortunately it only got 30,000 views. I guess now what I have to do is come up with a completely new video idea. Wrong. That is a mistake. Instead, what you should do is when you've created this video, let's say this is called video 1, you do this. You create video 1A, video 1B, 1C, 1D, and 1E. You create 5 different variations of the same video idea. And what do you change? You don't change the call to action. You don't change the explanation because that's the meat and the potatoes of the video. It takes a lot of effort to change that. What you do change is you change the hook. And the hook is only 2 to 3 seconds long. So you're only changing 2 to 3 seconds of each video. That's all you have to change. And now that one video idea has turned into 5 video ideas. And if this one gets 30K views, perhaps this one gets 25. This one gets 130, this one gets 560, and then this one gets 12K. With the same video idea, you have now experimented with 5 different variations and increased your likelihood of going viral by at least 3 times. This video will now generate you sales when this video never generated you sales. As you can see here, I created many different videos. Most of them didn't go viral. It was only the 1.4 and the 1.8 million video that went viral. So make sure not to be a noob and do this. That's what a noob does. This is what a pro does. They create variations. So after the videos went viral, we went to the next step, which is advertising, where we post-produce our viral videos into ads. And the entire process will be shown on Attention Academy. But the truth is, even if we didn't run ads, we still would have generated around $100,000 in revenue just through those organic pieces of content. And for most people who are watching this video, something like $100,000 a month in revenue is your first goal. Therefore, the real game is actually learning how to create viral content first, generating your first few pieces of viral content before you ever think to start running ads. But here's the reason why learning how to create viral content is so difficult. It fundamentally comes down to the point that you have no way of receiving feedback from the content that you post. The best way to learn is by studying, like watching videos like this, and then applying what you have learned, and then getting feedback when you've done something. For example, if you're learning piano, this would be looking over what you've played and seeing where you went wrong and where you went right. The same thing with learning a language. You attempt to speak the language and then you look back and see exactly what you did that was wrong. But with a nuanced skill like creating viral content, there isn't a clear way of knowing what you did wrong. Sure, you realize that you got very little views, but you don't know exactly what made you get very little views. You are then stuck with trial and error, and constantly creating content, trying to figure out for yourself why your videos aren't doing well. And although that can eventually work, it is clearly not the most efficient way to learn. So that's why we started Attention Academy. We are experts at going viral. We've gotten billions of views in short format content. We've generated millions of dollars in revenue for our products and our clients' products. So when we saw that there was no education platform out there teaching you how to create viral content and then personally reviewing the content that you've created to tell you what you did wrong and what you should do next time, we had to create this platform. In Attention Academy, this is exactly what we do. We teach you how to create viral content for any product or service that you're selling. There's an extensive course that goes through everything that we know that's worth well over $1,000, but that's not where the true value lies. The true value lies in the feedback and the mentorship. Every single week, we review the content you created that week. We tell you what you did wrong and what you need to do next time. And this feedback isn't just coming from me, it's also coming from creators with 1 million plus followers like my brother Ali. He's gotten even more views on TikTok than I have in a completely different niche, and also my marketing assistants who have worked with multiple multi-million-dollar companies. We all have an array of different skills in the specific skill of creating viral content. And it's not a reoccurring subscription, so you could just cancel that same month and get access to all of the content and then leave the next month. So my friends, if you're interested in joining Attention Academy on this new platform school, the link is in our bio.
We put you in a community of people who are trying to do the same thing, and we give the education to do it. You can do it. You can win.